Today in this video, I am continuing my talk with my mortgage broker, my mortgage lender of choice, Matt Schwartz, with Southlake Mortgage out of Texas. And in this video, we're going to talk about discount points. Should you be paying discount points? How much do they really cost? And is it to your advantage to pay a discount point for maybe an eighth of a point or a quarter of a point? Check it out. And when Matt is talking about points, let's go over that one more time, y'all. A point, 1 point is 1% of your loan amount. So yeah. I had one the other day that I happened to be at the title company, and he paid he was going on and on and on about his rate. I think he got like a 2.625 or maybe a 2.5. Okay, wonderful. But when you look at the settlement statement, look at your closing disclosure, he paid 3 points. Yeah. On a $300,000 house. So he paid $9,000 to come down a quarter of a point. Is that worth it?
No, of course it isn't.
It's not worth it. No.
So 1 point is the equivalent of 1% of the amount that you finance.
Right.
So if you finance 300 grand, you're paying an extra $3,000 at closing. And let's say that saves you $40 a month. Your break even on that is about 8 years.
Yes.
Right. So it's a strategy where you pay more money up front for the benefit of the loan over the life of the loan, 30 years or whatever your term. But banks aren't stupid. They realize that the numbers say people stay in mortgages for 7 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. And guess what? That's where the break even is on most of these points, is you break even at about 7 years. And they know historically, and the averages say you're not going to stay in that loan for 7+ years. Mm-hmm. It's just not going to happen. No. Now, if you know in that loan for 30 years, you're not going to move, you're not going to pay it off early. Yeah, you may want to consider paying a point. But you need to be careful where you see a bank who's maybe a quarter point lower than what you see everywhere else. Read the fine print. It's because they're charging you a point. And in your case, it may not make sense to pay points.
Right. And especially if you're already tight with your down payment and your closing costs, you already don't have the money. You're scraping by, you're getting all this money together for your down payment and closing costs. But then you want to go somewhere where you got to pay points on top of that. And now you're blowed out the water because you don't have the money. Now you don't have the reserves. You don't have anything because you're chasing a quarter of a point or an eighth of a point. It's not worth it. You need to go where you can get closed.
It just means nothing. And in my head, it's frustrating, because I know the tactics of these other banks. Have been in the business long enough. You've seen it. Right. Whether the other loan officer is doing it intentionally or the bank's doing it intentionally, it's misleading either way, and then couple that without having a conversation with the client. So you go online, you see this, what you think is a great rate. You don't read the fine print. You fill out an application. Nobody talks to you. Right. And you think you got a great deal,
Right. That's right. One more time, Matt, give them the number where they can contact you. I'm gonna put it on the screen too, but give them the number one more time.
Sure. I'm going to throw the office line. It's 214-0137. And I think the cell is 214-490-4596. I'm almost positive.
All right. That'll work. Thank you so much, Matt. I've been looking forward to doing this. So that way I don't seem like I'm just harping on the same old thing, but I want them to get with a good loan officer who can get them closed and everything. Everybody call him, but do your homework first. Don't be calling him. Y'all know y'all ain't done y'all homework because y'all know how I am, because that's why I'm protective. I'm just now letting y'all get to call him directly because so many y'all hadn't done your homework, but do your homework first. Get your stuff together, then give Matt a call. Okay.
Credit, income, assets. Credit, income, assets. That's it, guys. And put money in the bank. Put the money in the bank. They won't let you use the cash at the house. Just credit, income, assets. Those 3 things. You can always call me or Rhonda for that matter. You have any mortgage specific questions, we're always here to help.
All right. Thank you so much, Matt.
My pleasure, Rhonda. Good talking with you, as always.
Okay.